So today is my last day before surgery. I have surgery scheduled tomorrow morning for my fractured scaphoid at 9:30. I'm gonna be in there for about 5 hours or so. I've had this injury for so long. It feels crazy that it's finally gonna be fixed and I'll be on the road to recovery. And I'm really grateful that it hasn't been anything worse. Apparently every single time I played live basketball, the doctor told me it was like playing Russian roulette with my hand. One more landing like that would have injured it, my career would have been over. So honestly, I'm just really thankful that that didn't happen. I will be able to make most of a recovery. Obviously, I've had the injury for 9 months or so now, so my wrist isn't going to be fully the same, but that's just the price that you pay when you play at this level and you make sacrifices. But I wish things would have went differently, but at the same time, I'm grateful for the lessons I learned this year. But we're not going to waste any time. We have one more day before surgery, one more day where I can use my hand a little bit before it's in a cast. So we're going to take advantage of that and try to get on the court, get some form shots up with two hands. And then after that, we're going to get into the weight room one more time and try to hit some upper body. Let's get in there. Walking into the gym and seeing something like that going on has got to be a top 5 worst feelings for a hooper. But regardless, we still got some work in, found a way to get better. I'll keep you guys updated tomorrow. We are in the operating room right now. Anesthesiologist just came in, talked to the nurse and the doctor, and we're gonna be in here for about 4 hours today. But here it is. It's finally happening. Let's do this. So we are about 5 days out from the surgery. I had it last Wednesday, and it is now Monday, December 1st. As you can see in Wisconsin right now, it is very snowy, so I'm not too mad at my travel restriction at the moment. Right now, we're just trying to stay active, getting on the bike, just trying to keep the body moving any way I can. Trying to take those little steps forward, those little deposits, trying to get better. We're nearing the end of the year, and 2025 has got to be one of the craziest years I've ever lived through in my entire life. Whether it's flying out for my first contract overseas, getting injured, and dealing with all the repercussions that come with it, and trying to lead a team. It's definitely been a humbling year, and I've definitely learned more about myself than I ever have before. I started sharing my journey on these platforms almost a year ago now. And when I first started doing it, there wasn't really any fame or fortune or anything like that tied to creating content. I just truly enjoyed telling my story and hoping someone could gain something out of it. I knew going overseas, it was not going to be easy, and I would have been disappointed if it was. Going through something as challenging as playing overseas with an injury, I definitely learned a lot more about myself than I ever had before. And I wasn't perfect the whole time. And now post-surgery, just taking it one day at a time, waiting for my body to do what it's meant to do and recover this hand. It gives you a lot of time to think and a lot of time to reflect. So I started getting closer to my Bible. I started getting closer to journaling. I started getting closer to reading. And I started a new book today. And there's a quote from Yogi Berra at the start. And he says, 90% of the game is half mental. And I thought that was pretty funny. But I think it's also very true. Because if you look at the best game of your career and the worst game of your career and compared them and how you felt that day, do you truly believe that it was your physical capabilities that held you back one game over the other? Or was it your mental focus and the mental game behind it that caused you to lose focus? I don't know about you guys, but for me, it was definitely the mental side of the game. And I think that's something that a lot of athletes like me can relate. Has been a struggle for me. I'll say that point blank period. The focus, to stay focused for each game and having the same process going into each game. I, like a lot of athletes, I think, struggle with that. So even though I'm in this cast right now, I'm frustrated not being able to get on the basketball court for this upcoming season. It gives me a lot of time to reflect. And despite everything that happened, I know everything God does, He does for a reason. It made sense prior to my first year overseas, everything that happened to me before then. And this chapter is going to make sense too eventually. And I have faith in Him and I trust Him that that's what's going to happen this time too. And in my reflection over the past few days, I think the first lesson he's teaching me right now is patience. Over this whole year, it's been patience. Being in the position to thrive in the role that I've always wanted, in the country I've always wanted to play in, and to have that limitation the entire season, albeit it was frustrating not knowing the of what was happening while I was there. Looking back, it didn't kill me, so it made me stronger. I know everything that I learned from that season I can apply to not only my basketball career moving forward, but my life after basketball. The toughness and the that I had to figure out while I was there. I'd never been in a position to lead a team. I'd never been in a position to lead in any form before. You know, I was a bench locker room guy most of my career. You know, to be the guy that the team looked up to was a brand new role for me. Of course, I wasn't perfect in the role, but I sure as hell learned a lot. And this injury is going to teach me a lot too. And even though I'm not on a basketball court right now, I know that moving forward, this injury is going to teach me a whole lot more about myself, about how to sharpen my mental game, about how to grow just as a man and who I am without a basketball in my hands. But regardless of all of this, I'm always going to be grateful for whatever comes my way. I'm grateful for the position God put me in. I'm grateful for you guys for following along on this journey. But yeah, appreciate it, guys. I'll check in next week. God bless.